for Athletico.
Less appreciative of that.
Not so for Legacy. Addy and Sleep Easy will be taking the Widow and the Doomfist respectively.
Let's see what Legacy can do on defense this time. They weren't half bad to start things off on Hollywood. This is where they need to make their stand, Elfishguy, because we certainly felt maybe that attack wasn't their strong point, at least not up against Athletico.
Yeah, I'm not so keen on the Widowmaker here. Addy is just going to be bullied out by this composition that Athletico do have.
Electrocuted.
God will take him down early.
Termo has gone down at least to Cinderella. Sleep Easy pushing through here for Legacy on defense. Trying to knock them back, and, well, Gob's down. And Diva has been demeched on both sides of things as well.
Oh, nicely done from Sleep Easy. Grouping up against a Doomfist. That's not going to work out too nicely at all for Athletico. Sleep Easy is just able to absolutely bully them, punch them into the walls, but the respawns are favourable right now for Athletico. Sleep Easy missing the punch, and he'll have to use the Meteor Strike to get out.
Well, jumps right back down into the thick of things, and Termo says that was maybe not the best idea. Gob finds Addy as well, second time in a row, and Athletico going to go their way on 2.A and collect it pretty quickly, and yes, pretty cleanly, Elfishguy.
Athletico, they didn't fully disengage that fight. They didn't allow Legacy to really reset, so even while they were trading, Athletico are the ones that get back to the point faster. Termo, very nicely done with the Brick Eater, holding on to the Shield Bash for really as long as he needed to until Sleep Easy was an easy target coming out of the Meteor Strike, and does result in a pretty free kill for him. Addy's still going to be sticking around on that Widowmaker. Sleep Easy the same for the Doomfist, but Athletico rolling into the high ground right now.
Look, potential for a huge Nano Rage here is available as well. We'll see whether it plays out that way or not. Eevee going to go down to Sleep Easy. Addy finds one, finally gets the better of Gob, and that should be enough, should be what Legacy needs here to win this fight. USMC still alive, but should theoretically drop out.
They forced the Nano Boost, they forced the Infrasight, same for Primal Rage, so Legacy really did throw a lot in there. Athletico only using the Transcendence, and at that point they've swapped money off onto the Ana anyway, so it really isn't much of a loss for Athletico. So that's very, very tough, I think, for Legacy to swallow now, as Athletico using that to build up a few of their ults and waste a few of Legacy's ults. Now this is going to be the real committed push. The last one was just a feint.
This is an important attack for Legacy to defend. Potential here for Athletico to destroy Legacy in quick succession, and well, with Sleep Easy and Cinderella both down, that's a very good start coming out for Athletico. Onto the point they'll go. Gob has that Primal Rage ready to push through. Thunder Kitty will at least use the Transcendence to try and keep the team alive on the point.
More time for USMC to build another grab here as he just gets free shots into Mini there on the Diva. That's very, very yummy for Zarya, up to 50% already. Athletico, though, they're not really cleanly winning this fight. They haven't managed to get a tick on the board either, so really, they've actually put a lot into this one and really got absolutely bugger all out of it. We'll get another kill, but this is the death throws now for Athletico, as they're going to have to back away and give it up.
Yeah, great hold coming out from Legacy. Precisely what they needed to do. Very costly, really, that push for Athletico. They threw a lot into it, didn't get much back out, unfortunately. You would have at least expected Jordan to find 1/3 of a tick. Not the case this time around.
No, definitely not. Athletico, though, that's just one push of many. They've still got 4 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. This time going to try a different avenue, straight through main.
Yep, going to walk straight through the front door. Everyone's still pushing through. Mini has a self-destruct available. Gob going to go down to Sleep Easy. Cinderella finds one as well. As money does go down, they at least are on the point, but it's not going to be enough, you would think. Self-destruct into the Graviton Surge. Not going to find any kills. It was a hole-in-one, but really a hole-in-one where they just dropped the ball into the hole, Jordan, and well, that's less exciting for sure.
Yeah, definitely Mini trying to make a last-ditch effort here with the Nano Boost on. There's going to be a self-destruct to follow. No, actually, Mini looked like she was going to go for it, throw it up in the air, but in the end decides the better of it. That is all for the best, as Athletico are already starting to back away. No points capped up just yet for Athletico. Again, we're starting to see Legacy look pretty reasonable on the defense. Sleep Easy, a bit of an overextension. Graviton Surge doesn't connect with much.
No, Money going to be the one finding that kill. Athletico back onto the point. Diva is demeched. Evie doing some work as well onto Mini, but see whether it's going to be enough for now. I would have thought by at least this point, Jordan, Athletico would have found a tick. Not the case. Meteor Strike comes through, not going to find anyone. And it's actually Athletico finding the kills. Primal Rage available here for Gob as well. Going to drop onto the Ana. Might be able to find that kill. Is successful. Cinderella down, Mini down. This might be enough. There's 33%. Looking for more. You can see Thunder Kitty swapping across onto Hammond here with the wrecking ball, but it's not going to be enough. Even though you get on there quickly, you're only buying time. You're not getting much more out of it than that.
Well, you can see what Legacy is trying to do right now. They're literally only going one by one on the point. The rest of them trying to stay safe and alive. Cinderella has been nano boosted. Addy will actually drop. But at the moment, this is not too bad of a stagger, especially considering Cinderella with the Primal Rage can buy even more time. Sleep Easy's back in. Turbo is a one-shot. Will survive for the moment, though, and that was almost a potential for Legacy to turn things around if they started to find some kills. But so far, no kills have been found by the side of Athletico.
Addy, let's go. Bastion time. We'll see whether this will have the impact that Addy is hoping for. Unfortunately, not the case. Forced back out, and Athletico going to come through and pick up point B.
Yeah. I think a lot of that just comes down to a failure of execution then from Legacy. It was the Graviton Surge out from Addy, which only collected the Diva, and then Mini throwing up the self-destruct as well to try and combo with the Graviton Surge, also not able to connect anything. So 2 ultimates there wasted, not to mention the fact that Sleep Easy overextended a little bit just at that exact same time on the Doomfist and got picked. Did turn it into a 5v6 with Legacy using a couple of their big ultimates with absolutely no return at all. Athletico saw that opportunity and they seized it, and then they eventually closed it out. Minute 55 is the time bank there for Athletico, which is not amazing for Hanamura, but it's definitely something to play with. And given Legacy's weakness on the attack that we've seen so far, we shall see whether or not that is going to be a problem here on Hanamura as well.
Look, a minute 55 for me is enough for Athletico to capture point A again and then give them a shot at point B. You get an extra 30 seconds if you are successful. So I definitely think that is realistic if we get that far. I'm not so sure that we will get that far, however. Legacy going to have a much better showing than what we saw from them previously on Hollywood.
Yeah, definitely. Athletico again going with the tried and true. Legacy trying to change things up again. Very similar to what we saw happening for Blank in the last map, or last match I should say. With the Sombra, with the Genji. Cinderella still going to be persisting with Winston.
Let's see what Legacy can do. Out they go. 4 minutes to work with. They're going to want a quick point A if they're going to have a shot over on point B, that is for sure.
They're going to want a good dive here. That's what Legacy want at this point. Very difficult, though, when you're facing up against a Brigitte, which can essentially just shut that down with one shield bash.
Addy in the back line looking for a hack. Can be successful at least for now. Termo the first one down. Nice pick from Sleep Easy. Addy going to get out of dodge. DMAC as well on Dissolve, so that's a nice pick from Special Kid. This may be enough for Legacy to get through. Sleep Easy was low, stays alive. USMC gets out of dodge, but no one onto the point at the moment. There we go. They're going to make it across.
Legacy will cross, though. I don't think Athletico can really contest this right now. Although, with that kill from Money, the 5-ball into Thunder Kitty, there is a chance. A couple of ticks will be secured by Legacy, but Athletico are going to try this one again.
Let's go. Athletico onto the point. The 2 tanks pushing through, at least the 2 most mobile tanks, that is for sure. Gob going to go down to Mini. Nice pick coming out from the Diva. What can Sleep Easy do out on the point? The answer is
nicely done to get the pick to allow it for Athletico. Addy looking around, but has been spotted out. Winston with the Tesla cannon easily able to catch the Sombra.
Dragon Blade available here for Sleep Easy.
Dragon Blade EMP available for Legacy in just a second as well. That'll be what they're looking for at the moment. Lots coming up, but they don't want to invest too much because they still need to get through this second point with ample time to recontest against Athletico. So now Addy just buying time, building up the EMP, but now that it's available, we'll see the commitment from Legacy.
Look, they only need 1/3. There's the EMP and the Dragon Blade coming through, Jordan, but Athletico have a ton of ultimates if they can stay alive. We'll see how long this will last. Sleep Easy actually not finding any kills out of that one. Cinderella going to go down to Turmo. So Athletico probably with the advantage right now. Special Kid picked up by Gob.
Ooh, Mini, what?
Mini, that is actually insane. I don't even know
where
that went.
That didn't even come from a graviton combo or anything like that. That's just Mini doing Mini things again and again and again, finding some big self-destructs when it matters most. Is it going to be enough, though, for Legacy? Because Termo's still alive.
Yeah, Termo doing good work, but they only need 33% to get them across on point A. You can see that Athletico are holding on point B. 5.5 minutes now for Legacy to work with, and Mini saving the game here for Legacy.
Yeah, Mini's absolutely nuts on the Diva with the self-destruct. That said, it costs a lot for Legacy to cap the first point out.
Yeah.
And Athletico now have a lot in the tank for the defense here. Still plenty of time for Legacy to play with, so they can just go for those dry pushes that we like to talk about. Try and build up some of the ults of their own and burn away some of Athletico's. See if Athletico fall in the trap. There's the grab out from USMC.
Yeah, see whether this one works out well. Cinderella's down. It's not a half bad pick. Gob is starting to get low, stays alive, jumps onto the point, does not want to see that first third go through.
Addy's just trying to be cheeky there. They knew that it was not a fight that they were necessarily going to win, so Addy was seeing if he could swindle a cap. Now going to potentially look for the EMP, as we are starting to see Dragon Blade come up shortly.
It's lurking, watching, waiting. Is this the EMP they want to take? Throws it out. Gets a couple, may be enough right now, but the sound barrier going to come out as well here for Athletico. Gob with the Primal Rage. Cinderella's already gone down. Sleep Easy getting lower and lower. Not going to use that Dragon Blade. Gob, yes, all over the big Winston bully.
Yeah, the problem right now for Legacy is that when Addy is using these EMPs, while they're hitting quite a few players, they're actually not connecting onto Money and Eevee when they need to. In that case, Eevee was able to get the sound barrier off on the first point. Money was able to get Transcendence off even after the EMP had been thrown. That keeps everyone alive while the EMP fades away, and then Athletico can re-engage. Right now for Legacy, they've changed things up, and I think that's a good idea because what was happening was not working. This time going back to a little bit more of a GOATS composition, still sticking with the Genji, of course, because Dragon Blade is available. But is he going to be able to have the impact here, Sleep Easy, without anything to really combo with?
Well, they're going to try and push back onto the point. Jordan going to go left this time, take the high ground, go back over the top and come through the side. Gets them a little bit close, perhaps, I suppose, to the point, and well, with Cinderella and the big Reinhardt shield, it might be enough. Going to push through. Here we go. Money does have the Transcendence available and will pop it perhaps just in the nick of time. Sleep Easy pushes through with the Dragon Blade, not going to find any kills. Mini is low, self-destruct going to come out there as well on defense, but not going to find anyone, but it doesn't matter. The rest of the team finds the kills. Now 2:45 on the clock. The Legacy wiped away once again. It's pretty tough right now, Jordan. They haven't found that even 1/3 tick.
Yeah, like I said, it was always going to be tough there for Sleep Easy without anything else to help him out. The Dragon Blade, sure, it's strong, but this is a competitive format. Everyone is all in sync for Athletico. They're going to be shutting him down as quickly as they can. Changing over to Brigitte, but that timer is ticking away. Only 30 seconds the difference now between Legacy and Athletico, and by the time Legacy actually caps this out, if they cap it out, Athletico will have the advantage. That much is assured.
Well, they're going to try once again. Back onto the point this time. Contesting is Athletico. Gob's down, Termo down. This might be enough. Trans comes through. Mini finds a good pick. Cinderella does the same here, Jordan. There's 1/3, looking for 50% right now.
He's got Trans, so he can stall for a little bit longer here. Of course, there's no one to help him out, but he does keep himself alive, does buy more time on that cap for Athletico. USMC over onto the main.
Nice
Termo.
Graviton Surge. Going to be forced to charge on through to get back onto the point. Almost at 66% right now. Very close, Jordan.
Not quite in time. Cinderella putting in work, doing the damage, getting the kill. Sleep Easy with a very critical shield bash there onto USMC as well as he comes out of the ice block. But Legacy looks like they're just about going to be able to cap this one up. Gob will try for one more attempt. Turbo's still in there as well on the Tracer, being such a nuisance. Gob just got cancelled and no one's on the cap. Legacy will finally finish it off. And that is actually not too bad of a time. Athletico, well, they still have the advantage, but it's not by a long way.
Yeah, not that bad at all. Again, considering how Hollywood went on point A, looking much better now.
This can go either way at this point. It did take Legacy, I think, a little bit longer to cap out the first point than it did for Athletico. So I think for Legacy, bare minimum at this point is that you need to cap first. You need to give yourself a chance to still win this series. If this goes to no ticks at all on the first point, then it's bare minimum going to be a draw, in which case Athletico does win the series. So for Legacy, they need, I guess at least a tick, right? But you want to cap the first point out. That gives you something to defend. Athletico a minute 55, to cap that first point, if Legacy are able to cap it out. I mean, that's still not the easiest of tasks. In 2 minutes to cap 1 point. Gives you maybe one good ult rotation, 1 or 2 good ult rotations, depending on how fast the fights are and what have you. That has to be the name of the game for Legacy. If they cap first, anything they get from there is really a big bonus, but first is a minimum here for Legacy, otherwise I think Athletico might just finish this off. Yeah,
definitely for me sitting in Atletico's favour. Hey, they have a lot more time when you combine it all together, Jordan. So 50% more time almost. So they're going to push on out. Legacy going to start off again here on attack. Look at this, Athletico actually all behind them. USMC almost getting caught out there by Cinderella, but stays alive for now. Still doing what he can, but I'm not sure if this was the right play or not, Jordan. Someone from Legacy already on the point.
I don't think it is.
Looking for 1/3. There we go, 33% done.
That's really bad, actually. Yeah. Athletico have completely ruined themselves. 2 ticks already up, and they've all been staggered as well. They're going to get onto the point, but remember, Legacy is going to have the spawn advantage here. They're definitely going to cap the first point out. Athletico have absolutely played themselves with that one. Trying to go for the aggressive hold, trying to catch Legacy off guard, but it's the complete opposite, and now Legacy poised potentially to get some ticks on this second phase of the map in a minute. They do have at least 2 pushes here. This first one to charge up some ultimates, the second to really commit on in. But they need to go, and they need to go quickly. There's a Bastion out for Termo, which has caused the rotation out for Legacy. Termo is definitely the one to watch here.
40 seconds on the clock.
Well, now they don't have a chance for a second push.
No,
because they've taken so long to set themselves up for this first one.
One good push is all they've got, Jordan.
It's on to Addy, 80% of the Graviton Surge. If you can get a good one off, if they can catch Termo. But Termo's doing a very, very nice job of positioning himself quite safely.
Let's see who goes down first. Termo has stayed alive as long as he can. Going to get forced back off the point right now. Whether this is the right play or not is a different story. Money onto the point. Got the first one to go down to Mini. Great work coming out from her. Shatter's been used. USMC low. Diva demeched. Termo about to go down as well, Jordan. This is pretty impressive work coming out from Legacy right now. They're doing what they can. They're on the point. Cinderella, full HP, swinging that hammer around. Unfortunately, going to get caught out there by the charging Reinhardt, but it's still alive.
Cinderella's an absolute unit. And here comes Termo in tank form. We can see USMC on the May, but look at this. Cinderella is just putting up the wall. Termo can't do anything.
May as well be Trump, Jordan, because he's gone and built a wall, and it is working very, very well right now. Termo forced back, doing what he can.
That's actually less than ideal. Cinderella's been picked off by Gob, and because of that corner, it means Termo doesn't get pinned, and also Cinderella's going to go down. Now Termo has so much freedom. That one small little mistake from Cinderella is going to result in the end. I think Athletico are going to hold.
Look, this... I'm almost lost for words, Elfishguy.
Clearly.
Because it looked for so long like Legacy had stolen that away from Atletico, but they managed to grind it back.
Ben, what did I say? Get that first point.
Mate,
maybe that's going to be enough.
That is a very good percentage score on point B.
59% is not too bad at all. If you can make that first cap really difficult for Atletico, even force them to invest a lot of ultimates to cap that one out, Legacy actually have a real chance of defending this one. Only a minute and 55 seconds on the clock right now for Athletico. You have to be a little bit worried after that. I'll be very happy if I was Legacy at this point. But looking at what they do have defensive setup-wise, again, it will be Addy onto the Widowmaker. Sleep easy on the Doomfist. The same as what they ran in the first round of attack and defense. It wasn't particularly impressive on the first point. Athletico were able to knock that one over pretty quickly. Second point took a little bit longer, and if it does take that long, I think again for Athletico, they might just lose this map. But right now, Legacy, their objective just to hold first.
I still can't even get past Atletico's defense the second time around. They pushed all the way up to here. They held the high ground, and they essentially gifted Legacy point A. Hurts my soul, Elfishguy. Well, Athletico now have put the pressure onto themselves. Let's see what they can do here on attack, and Legacy, they're not going to be making that same mistake.
Definitely
but Addy here on the Widow wasn't as successful the first time around. Let's see how it goes this time.
1 or 2 picks here for Addy might actually win the round, win the game, the map for them. He got very low, but we'll be okay.
Oh,
Turbo's one!
Turbo's so low. Picked up there by Addy. Nice work. Looking for money as well. That would be a crucial pick if you can find that. Sleep Easy going to go down.
Giving up some ticks, but that's okay.
Back onto the point, halfway there, 47.9%. Money down. USMC does find Addy. Athletico starting to grind this away, doing what they need to do. It's looking to me, Jordan, like maybe they're going to be able to pick this up.
Oh, Mini goes down as well before the mech comes back. That's really good. Athletico, they've done exactly what they needed to do. Again, I think that's just because Addy and Sleep Easy aren't quite able to have as much of an impact as, for example, Termo and USMC on the Brigitte and on the Zarya. Of course, you've still got Addy there for Legacy, but you're missing out on that extra healing, that extra tankiness for Legacy, which could have been the difference, but who's to say they would have gotten the picks that they did had they not had the Doomfist and the Widow. Now heading into the second point, Athletico have a grab. They've got a self-destruct. It's doable, but they have to do it here on the first push.
Sound barrier will come out. Will it be enough? That's the real question. Self-destruct goes through. Termo down. Mini demeched as well. Going to get cleaned up there by USMC. They need 60%, well, 59.1 to be precise. That will be enough. Money going to use the Transcendence, keeping the team strong. Getting a number of good picks is Athletico. Legacy going to need to file onto the point. Sleep Easy going to have that Meteor Strike to get back onto it. Self-destruct, where's that going to go? Right in the middle, not going to find anyone. Nurse Shadow, as you said, available here for Gob. Not bad, to be perfectly honest. Meteor Strike now coming through onto the point. Legacy looking very, very low. Athletico getting ever closer. Jordan, they're going to pick this up.
They are indeed. It was, again, a very small, faint amount of hope there for Legacy, but Athletico, they do exactly what they needed to do. A clean fight win on the first point, going straight into the second point with a lot of ultimates, win that fight as well, and then it's just a case of finishing off those remaining players, and they do it even still with time in the bank. No overtime there in the end for Athletico. Not that it matters. They're now at a 3-0, and Legacy, unfortunately, it's another case of so close yet so far.
Look, there were some good moments again here from Legacy. Still can't help but feel that maybe Athletico threw the overtime phase away when they, you know, were defending point A. Plus, they were quite impressive there at the end. I feel like maybe this round was closer than it should have been.
Potentially, I think so. Yeah, like I don't think Athletico needed to do that sort of a preemptive play on their own defense. Then again, I mean, I keep going back to it, but I see these teams playing the Doomfist. I see them playing the Widow or the Sombra. I don't think any of them are having the same kind of effectiveness as just the standard GOATS composition is right now.
Is this it? Look at that.
Yeah.
Right in the corner. Manages to capture everyone. Nowhere to hide, Jordan, when you're on both sides of the wall. Yeah,
big plays out from Mini there, but just not enough to get Legacy a win on the board. I mean, I still kind of want to keep touching on that team composition thing. I do think if, you know, like, for example, Sleep Easy was on Brigitte here, Addy was on Zarya from square one. I do think that it would have been a much better defense on that first point, but look, these are little things. Obviously, the teams have different styles that they want to play around with. Who am I to say that they should play a different kind of a style? Just an observer. But to me, I think Athletico's running a more consistent team comp. And sure, for Legacy, when it works, it looks good, but the chances of it working, you know, like the risk versus reward, I think is what I'm trying to get at here for Legacy. I don't see the worth.
Yeah, I guess maybe it's one of those things we're up against a team potentially like Athletico, who some might say are a little bit stronger as a team comp, that you can take those risks and sometimes it's going to work.
But when you're trying to stall for time as well, GOATS composition, so good for that because it's just so tanky, so much HP.
So much HP.
Anyway, that's beside the point. Now we head on to our final map. There's a chance still for Legacy to be able to pull one off, bring it back to a 3-1, but we have to see what they're going to do it on. It will be Route 66.
Well, we haven't seen much of Route 66 today. We've seen it, but we didn't get past the service station, Jordan.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good point. I was thinking, hey, we saw a whole map of it. What are you talking about? But
kind of not really.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
And there wasn't much of a push there from Mind Freak against Sydney Drop Bears.
No.
For Legacy,
look, Legacy, they could win this, Jordan. I have faith that Legacy can win Route 66.
Do you?
Yes.
How much? How much do you want to bet on it?
Look, I wouldn't bet anything.
Buy
John.
me a cheeseburger afterwards if Athletico wins.
All right, and if...
We can put that into the cheeseburger fund that you owe me from about 3 years ago as well.
I do not owe you a cheeseburger.
You do.
You are actually lying.
Oh, well.
I don't want to call you out on air, Jordan, but that's a big lie. It's a big lie. So, what are we looking at these team comps? Elfishguy, how are we feeling about this so far? It was actually a little bit harsh coming out maybe from the Drop Bears when we saw them up against Mindfreak. They a little bit disrespectful here on defense. Atletico choosing to start off on attack again when they don't need to.
Well, no Zenyatta out here from Legacy, but they do have that pretty standard GOATS composition. USMC straight back onto the Zarya. No fun allowed. Don't get to see the Hanzo. Momo, though, still sticking with the Sombra, so we'll see if he can work around with that one. For now, I'm liking Athletico with the Zenyatta. The longer this fight goes, the more of a chance they do have of picking off someone with that extra damage from the Discord Orb, especially if the special kid, Moira, is going to run out of juice on the heals.
Run out of Moira juice, yeah. Cinderella looking low. Stays alive for now. Nice little bubble coming out from the Zarya, but still, ever surely, slowly getting picked up. There you go, Cinderella will go down, but in the meantime, Gob also got picked up. Sleep Easy goes down to USMC. Mini low, going to get DMAC. Yeah, but Ben, still,
these trades are all favourable for Athletico, even if they were going 1-to-1, which at the moment they're not. Special Kid and...
Yeah, but they're trades like right at the front door of the cafe.
That's what I'm trying to say. Atletico are going to be running straight back out and rejoining the fight, where Legacy is literally going to take them another 30 seconds to get those players in position. Termo has built up a rally in the first fight. Everyone going to be getting a little bit of the fun times there for Atletico.
Look, Legacy did okay to hold that where it was. They used up a ton of time, but unfortunately it's taking them obviously a long time to come back from that first spawn point. So they're going to try and fight it up on the high ground. Gob looks low, but Termo pushes through. Cinderella going to go down to the Diva as well. Graviton Surge comes out. That catches Addy and Sleep Easy. Self-destruct over the top. Addy down. Thunder Kitty down. Termo finds Sleep Easy as well. The payload going to get stopped for just a moment. Mini will get DMAC'd and one would assume picked up as well.
I just want to say that was some really sexy camera work of the self-destruct.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that one. But
good job.
Unfortunately for Legacy, I'm sure they didn't quite enjoy it as much. Atletico continuing that momentum.
No, because they couldn't see it, Jordan, because they were playing.
They'll watch back on the VOD.
Charging through is Gob. Cinderella's already gone down. The payload's going to make its way through to point A. Just 1 meter remains. And, well, Gob's going to clean up the rest of Legacy here in combination of USMC. Atletico, I was going to say, looking good in the ultimate department, but Legacy not looking that bad either, Jordan.
No, they're not, but that said, Legacy haven't really bought themselves too much time with any of those ultimates, so what's the point of having ults in the bank if you can't use them?
It's called compound interest.
Yeah, well, we'll see if it's actually going to pay dividends here for Legacy.
It's waiting for the payload to make its way through. You can see Legacy just pushing around the side. Going to try and catch them out. Catch them unawares right into the back line. Money actually going to get saved with the bubble, then forced into that Transcendence. Sleep Easy goes down. Is that a double Earth Shatter coming out one apiece? I'm not even sure who got caught there, Elfishguy.
No one really. Just one. I think it might have been just Special Kid or someone from Legacy Esports that got connected on. USMC will throw in the Graviton Surge. He's built another one up, and that will be the final nail in the coffin for Legacy, at least for this fight. Because again, Zol will chime in with the self-destruct of his own.
So literally all of the ultimates are going to get thrown into that fight one way or another. But Atletico is the team to come out on top here. Yeah, and they also come out economically speaking as well. Cinderella does have at least close to a shadow, but look at Atletico right now. Rob's got his, Termo's going to have Rally. Looking pretty good here for Atletico, with USMC pushing on forward, again trying to build up the grab. Going to get forced back off the payload for now. Earthshatter comes out once again. Termo going to use the rally. There we go. That's a nice Earthshatter. Atletico getting caught out here by Legacy, but Cinderella goes down. Sleep Easy picked up as well. Transcendence going to come out from Money. And Atletico starting to bring this back, even though it didn't look like that was going to be the case.
Perfect timing on the Transcendence from Money to be able to bring it up at that time. It was basically when Gob was going to get dropped, but inevitably Gob does survive, and that is the difference. Athletico with their main tank just have so much more power in this fight, and they will continue to push on Legacy. Going to have to give up point B, I think, at this point. Special Kid still just on the respawn at the moment, so they can't set themselves up, and Athletico should get this one for free.
Yep. Point B successfully taken here with the payload. 3.5 minutes on the clock. And to be fair, I feel like the momentum is in Atletico's favour. They've been looking good. Short of that very first fight outside the cafe, Jordan, it's been all their way.
Pretty much. Athletico have had no concerns at all. Legacy going to try and re-engage again with the sound barrier this time to heal them up. But again, it's another Graviton Surge out from USMC. The combo out there from Zol, but it's Turbo to finish off the kills. Yeah. Again and again, we see so many multi-frags out of the Brigida just because of so much damage. An ability to hit multiple targets at one time coming out from that particular hero. Again, another solid victory in a fight from Athletico. Great ultimate usage, really only costing 1 or 2. And again, Athletico, economically speaking, they have the advantage, so they can continue to push into Legacy.
Payload rounds the final corner onto this final straight. A very strong Athletico sitting on top of it right now as well. Ultimate's looking strongly in their favor. Rally used here by Sleep Easy. I don't know if it's going to be enough. They're going to need more than a little bit of armor. One would expect. The Earth Shatter ready from Gob. There he goes. Throws it through. Again. Is not successful. Gets charged down. Charges back to self-destruct. Money going to go down to Mini. Cinderella picked up as well. People are going down left, right, and center. And to be fair, at this point, if it's all over the place, it probably favors Legacy.
Yeah, probably, because they are going to be getting those faster respawns. Doesn't look like Athletico want to invest too much more into this one. Addy will actually throw out the grab. I'm not sure that was entirely necessary. We'll give the opportunity to chase down. There's a nice fire strike from Cinderella, making it easier for Addy to finish off Evie. In the end, though, looks like it's going to be finally a fight won here for Legacy. But Athletico have saved the ultimates. USMC, Zol. There's that big combo that we're talking about here for Athletico. The hole-in-one.
I'm ready for it, Jordan. Let's see how this one plays out. Turmo going to get found out by Cinderella. Addy on a huge kill streak. You can see Gob goes down as well. One self-destruct kill, or at least a DMEC. I don't know if that is going to be enough. Sleep Easy down. Athletico starting to find this momentum again. We'll see whether they can push this one through. They want to get back onto the payload. 110 on the clock. Again, back onto this final straight. Special Kid is low. Special Kid found out. Addy found out as well by Money. Turmo finds one. They now have that momentum. And it's going to be down to Cinderella, potentially Addy as well. A couple of big ultimates to keep the hopes and dreams alive here for Legacy.
Cinderella versus Gob. If Gob can get an Earth Shatter down here before Addy builds that grab up and before Cinderella gets his, that will be the round one for Athletico. But it is such a difficult fight. There it is. He gets Cinderella, but where's the follow-up? There's no one in position.
Well, this might actually be enough. The sound barrier going to come out on both sides of things. Graviton Surge from Legacy on top of the payload, but no real damage to follow that one up with. USMC goes down, Gob goes down. Maybe this is going to be enough self-destruct to slow down the entire process. Not 100% sure if that was needed or it was a HP thing there,
20
Jordan.
seconds left on the clock here, Ben, and Athletico starting to run out of steam. They might not even really be able to get a final committed fight in here as Legacy will chase them down. That speed boost from the Lucio. Legacy need to make sure that they don't overcommit, just back away. Cinderella still has the Earth Shatter. Gob doesn't have anything. USMC, nothing either. It'll be tough to win here for Athletico.
Going to be tough to even get onto the payload. They do it just in the nick of time. Cinderella ready to go with the Earth Shatter. Has to hold out that shield to try and defend against a ginormous self-destruct. Only losing one, that was Thunder Kidder. Thunder Kitty charges through, finds one, about to go down to Cinderella. See you later. Turmo gets that kill. Athletico trying to get a roll on. Of course, the spawn advantage in favor of Legacy, but the momentum in favor of Athletico.
And he goes down with almost a Graviton available in Athletico. They've pulled out a victory from the jaws of defeat. Cinderella's Earth Shatter wasn't able to get too much value out, and now again we're in that trickle situation for Legacy. Looks like they might not be able to hold on for too much longer though, as Athletico will push the payload all the way through. All 3 points capped up there. Again, in overtime from Athletico, but they finish the map nonetheless.
In the nick of overtime indeed, but they did get there in the end. Oh, that was a lot of work, Jordan.
Yep.
But they did manage to push all the way through. Now it's Legacy's turn to attack. And look, I'm ready.
Are you?
My body's ready, Jordan. Let's see whether they can do it.
Do you think so, though? Because I'm not so sold on Legacy, on the attack at least.
It's not locked in. I wouldn't say it's locked.
No, definitely not at this stage. Legacy have a fair bit of work to do. You could see how difficult it was for Athletico even to get through. Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
Put them at ear level on some dampening pads so that all you get is pure monitor speaker sound.
Okay.
Lucio would probably use a pair if he's mixing tunes at home in his studio.
All right. I'll choose to believe you. Again, Goat's composition out from Athletico. Legacy do have Bastion there for Sleep Easy. I wonder if he actually does stick with this. They do already have the Winston.
Oh, let's go.
D.Va and Zaya. I mean, he would most likely be swapping off to Brigitte, if anything else, at this point. I don't know if you're going to really commit to this Bastion, though. Let's have a look, see what Sleep Easy does. I suppose there's no real harm to start things off.
Yeah, just get out there, get on top of the payload, maybe put a Winston bubble on top.
Yeah, the D.Va there to help him out. Addy as well does have the team bubbles.
Yep.
At the moment, Sleep Easy's not set up. Maybe Athletico...
Maybe this is
just playing back a little bit. Yeah, I think Sleep Easy was expecting Athletico to really push in there, like what Legacy did to Athletico. Not the case this time, but it'll be much more difficult to actually have an impact now on the Bastion.
Finally, Athletico decides to engage. The point, to be fair, most teams would choose to engage at. Gob going to go down straight away there to Cinderella, and Legacy with a great start here to kick things off on attack. You can see everyone on the team looking healthy right now.
Yeah, Bastion just needs to continue to be mobile, putting himself in good positions that make it difficult to dive for Athletico. So far, Sleep Easy has actually been having quite a lot of effectiveness, even despite not sitting on the payload. And Legacy continue to push on forward. Athletico need to find a way to deal with the Bastion, but that can be very difficult on defense because it doesn't really give you as many opportunities to reset your team composition as the attacking side does. If you lose a fight, you almost lose that phase of the map.
Going to battle out on the high ground, everyone off the payload for now. Mini decides to get back onto it because, well, everyone else is finding it elsewhere. Money ready to go there as well with the trans. Whether that's used right now or not is an entirely different story. There we go, going to pop that one. Sleep Easy as well, going to go into tank mode. And a Graviton Surge, well, maybe that's going to be enough here from USMC to clean them up. Yeah,
Sleep Easy in the end, not quite having a whole lot of impact in that final fight, even despite throwing out the tank mode. And we'll swap over onto Brigitte. A little bit more standard stuff now from Legacy. The Bastion, well, it worked for a bit. But now that they've been stalled...
It worked until it stopped working.
Yeah, now that they've been stalled, it's going to be much harder to get their way back into the game. Athletico has the superior positioning. They'll have the ultimate advantage now because of the swap being made by Legacy. Gob nearly has the shatter.
Tomo with the rally, both teams you can see with a bit of armor as well. So we'll see how this Graviton Surge from Addy does play out. Throws it right into the middle of the team. You'd think there'd be a bit of damage, but it's not going to be the case. Sleep Easy actually going to get caught out there by Money. Addy low gets picked up. Thunder Kitty gone. Sleep Easy gone. Spectral Kid low as well. Legacy struggling here on attack. Only Gob going to be the first casualty here from Athletico, but it will not matter. Now with 1:20 on the clock, Legacy is starting to run out of time.
Most certainly. Athletico have posed quite a difficult defense to break. Cinderella decides it's time to swap over onto Reinhardt. The Winston not working out. Needs to take that battle again against Gob. And to be fair, I think individually Cinderella has looked like the pick of the bunch for Legacy. But hasn't been able to have as much of an impact as he needs to actually find this win for Legacy today. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to now with USMC having a Graviton Surge. This will be the second to last fight for Legacy.
Everyone sucked into the payload here. Sleep Easy, Cinderella both going to go down. Athletico looking very, very strong here on defense. Temo not even needing to use the rally right now. And Legacy struggling once again on attack, Jordan. It's bit of a shame considering how they did on Hanamura.
That penultimate defense for Athletico goes perfectly. USMC, the only one to use an ultimate. They stagger Mini as well, so with 20 seconds left, Mini still not even alive here for Legacy. They're going to be pushing into 5 ultimates as Termo has just thrown out the rally to buff everybody up. I don't see this being possible at all for Legacy right now with the tools that they have available.
One last attempt from Legacy. Someone's going to have to jump onto the payload. All of them going to jump onto the payload other than Special Kid. But so many ultimates here for Athletico to work with. The question is, which one is going to be used first? I think they probably wish they had the Grav Surge, but that's not going to be the case for either team right now. Self-destruct over the top doesn't find anyone. Sound barrier used by both Athletico and Legacy. Everyone with so many shields. The payload is stalled, but Athletico have used a ton of ultimates, and Legacy are starting to find the momentum. I don't even know how this happened, Jordan.
Cinderella got cancelled. I don't know if it's enough, though, for Athletico to get back into this. You're right. I didn't think that this was possible. USMC does have the Graviton Surge now. Whether he throws it out or not will remain to be seen. It's going to be a Graviton Surge actually out there from Addy.
Oh, and it's Gob who gets cleaned up there. Trance comes through from Special Kid, keeps everyone alive. Athletico will use the Graviton Surge.
No damage, though, to follow up. That's a nice pile driver, though, from Zol.
That was a very nice pile driver, a little bit delayed.
54% on the mines. If Zol survives, it's dangerous, but he'll go down. Good work in the end from the charging Reinhardt Cinderella. Still, Athletico survive. Termo will throw out another rally. They need to stay close to this card to continue the contest. The numbers are against them. That's a big shatter.
Shatter from Gob. Now the self-destruct comes through from Legacy, but they're not going to find the kills. Mini goes down, went out of her mech, and alas, Legacy, it looked like they, as you said, were about to clutch victory from the claws of defeat, but then unfortunately they lost their grip. And away it went.
I don't know if it would have been victory, Ben, or maybe just prolonging the inevitable in the end there for Legacy. Look, to be honest, Athletico, very, very solid work today. Overall, pretty good win in the end. I thought there was a few misused ultimates on that final defense.
Probably,
but,
yes.
Look, they kept it together. USMC inevitably got a good Graviton Surge out. Gob, fantastic Earthshatter, the second one at least. The first one didn't really connect the mark. Could have been over a little bit earlier there for Athletico, but who cares? They're up for a 4-0 today, so very good stuff over Legacy. I do think that today's match probably a little bit closer than it really could have been. Mostly due to the fact that Athletico was starting off on the attack every single time. We got to see that whole defensive side play out for Legacy, and we sort of thought, oh, you know, they're looking pretty good. But when you consider how few offensive successes Legacy actually had today, they didn't manage to cap a single point on Hollywood, nor did they manage to cap a single point on Route 66.
Nor Bastard.
So those kinds of things, if they would have been starting on attack, if Legacy was starting on attack, those maps would have been over so much quicker.
Correct.
And we would have been saying, God, Atletico's looking good today. So I think
just like that, that's exactly what we would have said.
It does lie a little bit to us, this match. And I do think Athletico probably looks a little bit better than maybe if you were to just look at the match in itself.
Well, Jordan, the things to take away from me, Legacy pretty good on defense. Maybe need to work on attack a little bit. However, both these teams a relatively solid start. Certainly Athletico are going to be happy to get all of those points on the board and put them in a prime position coming in from week 1.
Yeah, equal first with Sydney Drop Bears. Can't complain about that.
Cannot complain about that at all.
See whether or not Athletico is going to be really challenging the Sydney Drop Bears or Blank as well. At the moment, there's a few good teams here in this group that we've seen so far. Sydney Drop Bears, Blank, and Athletico looking fairly decent. Kraken, a little interesting there as well. But for me, Legacy and Mind Freak just trailing behind a little bit. So we've got a little bit of established order now based on our Week 1 matches. I think everything's gone to plan so far for Group A at least. That's always good to see.
Well, Elfishguy, we have one more Macca's play of the game here for our first day of Aussie Contenders season number 3. McDonalds Australia play the game between Legacy Esports and Athletico. It's Gob. I'm ready for a big Earthshatter. Look at that. Yeah. So strong.
It's another Brig Reinhardt shatter combo.
Oh, man.
As Termo was able to get the shield bash on. Ready? What? Watch right there. It is.
Oh.
And poor old Cinderella can't do anything about that one.
There's literally nothing you can do.
No. And, okay, so the way that you can counterplay that really as a Reinhardt is that you rely on your teammates. Like, there's nothing that you can actually do physically as the Reinhardt yourself apart from not be there. You can rely on the bubble from your Zarya, for example, at the perfect timing to catch the shield bash. Otherwise, there are certain things like you could literally sit a D.Va right on top of the Reinhardt and hope to eat the shield bash with the D.Va. But all these things are a little bit more difficult to time than the shield bash is on its own.